Introduction to Sundarkand and Shlokas. The benefits of reading Sundarkand. Benefits of reading Sundarkand. Reciting Sundarkand can help ward off evils. It removes all the negativity and obstacles from one's life and bestows the person with happiness and prosperity. Sundarkand teaches you how one can win over every difficulty and unfortunate situation in life if they decides to do so. Reading method of Sundarkand for fulfillment of all desires. Saptasarga Parayan of the traditional method of reading the entire Sundarkand in 68 days at the rate of 7 sargas a day. In this method, 7 sargas should be completely read every day. In doing so, the entire Sundarkand comprising 68 sargas would be read each day during the said 7 rotation with the beginning and the ending sargas. Sundarkandam Pratham Sarga Sargam 1 Anumantah Samudra Tarnam Hanuman step across the ocean. Tato Ravanani Taya Sitaya Shatru Karshana Yesh Padmanaveshtum Charana Charite Pati. Inspired by the prayer of Jambavan, Angada and others, the mighty and adroit warrior Hanuman, in order to search and find out the whereabouts of Sita, abdicated by the 10-handed Ravana, decided to leap into the sky, wandered by the Siddhas and Charanas of celestial origin. Dushkaram nishi pratidvatvam chikirshan karmavanarah samudra krishiro grivo gavampati rivababo. With the determined patient of crossing the sea, an impossible task for anybody, the Chinna Tiruvadi majestically shone like a stood bull with a tall neck and sturdy hump and head. अथ वैडूर्यवर्णेषु शादवलेषु महाबल धीरसलिलकल्पेषु विचचारयता सुखम्. He pleasantly and comfortably wandered over the peak of Mahendra mountain that over the view of emerald green and wheeled by tender grass, cool as the still waters, with extraordinary strength and courage. Dvijan Vitra Sayanidhi Manurza Padapanaharan Mragansha Subhuhine Gnanan Pravardhat Eva Kesari. He scared many birds, tore away all the trees with the power of his chest, destroyed the various animals and deserts like a furious lion, which was in hiding for a long and feverishly sprang up with vigor. नीललोहित मांजिष्ट पत्रवर्णे हसितासिते स्वभाविः ते चित्रेर्धातुभिः संलग्नकृतं कामरूपिभिराविष्टमभीक्षणं सपरिच्छदे यक्षकिन्नरगन्धर्वेदे वकल्पश्च पन्नगे स तस्य गिरिवर्यस्य तले नागवारायुते तिष्ठन् कपिवरस्त्रते नाग ivabhavo. The expanse of the Mahendra mountain displayed a variety of blue, red, orange, leafy, green, white and black colors, all over naturally and well adorned by mineral ores of such hues. It was also surrounded frequently by celestial yakshas, kinnaras and gandharvas, who could take on any shape, figure and form at will, and also by devyonis. Regarded as equal in stature to devas, besides elephants of various sizes, Hanuman glowed in such surroundings like an elephant in a deep valley. Sa Suryaye Mahendraye Pavanaye Swayambhuve Bhute Bhayascha Chanjalim Kratva Chakargamane Matim. Aware of the moral code that just before launching on a trip one should pray to one's favorite gods, he invoked his master Surya Bhagwan, who had initiated in him the Aindra Vyakarana. He then prayed to Mahendra, the king of inestimable number of celestial beings, who applied on Hanuman's forehead the saffron mark, pleased with the events that happened at the time of his birth. He paid obeisance to Sri Brahma, the four-headed god, who revived him from his swoon, its beneficial boons, and also granting similar boons from all other devas, and to Vayu Bhagwan, who gave birth to him to serve the great emperor's son. Sri Rama and derive his spiritual grace. He prostrated to various other divine demigods with joined palms and prepared himself to the task of reaching Lanka. Having borne to Lord Surya, Mr. Mahendra, wind god, Brahma, and lords of elements, he fixes his mind on his departure. अञ्जलिं प्राङ्मुखः कुर्वन् पवनयात्मयोनये ततो हि वरवधे गन्तुं दक्षिणो दक्षिणां दिशम्. Hanuman, the embodiment of dharmas, realizing his father Vayu as his primary god, who had been responsible to create him, knelt and bowed towards the eastern direction to pay his respects, and enlarged himself to a great size to go to Lanka in the south. प्लवङ्गप्रवरे दृष्टः प्लवन्वे कृतनिश्चयः पर्वते रामवध्यर्थं samudra eva parvasu. Even as Jambavan and other monkeys were watching him, Hanuman, with his determined intention of crossing the sea in order to promote the goddess of the great emperor's son, Sri Rama, and for his welfare, grew bigger and bigger like the swelling of the seas in times of high tides. To be continued on next. निष्प्रपानशरीरः सन् निरिङ्ग्ययुशरणवं बाहुभ्यां पीडयामास चरणाभ्यां च पर्वतम्. With the firm resolve to cross the sea, the immeasurable enlarged Hanuman stamped and trampled the Mahendra hill with high hands and shook it forcibly. स चचलाचल शचापि मुहूर्त कपिपीडितः तरुणां पुष्पिताग्राणां सर्वपुष्पं Shatayad. The firm stationary Mahendra hill trembled at the momentary shaking of Hanuman, and as a result the flowers from most of the trees in the hill stewed down. Tena padapamuktena pushpoghena sugandhina sarvatah samvratah shelo bhavo pushpamayo yata. The shower of fragrant flowers that fell from those trees covered and concealed the mountain in all the four sides, and the hill dazzled like a mountain flowers. तेन चोत्तं वीर्येण पीड्यमान स पर्वतः सलिलं सम्प्रसुस्राव मदं मद इव द्वीपः. The matchless pressure of Hanuman's feet over the hill threw out springs of water down the hill, and this resembled the root flowing down the cheeks of a violent elephant. पीड्यमानस्तु बलिना महेन्द्रसेन पर्वतः रीतिर्निवर्तयामास काञ्चनाजन राजतीह. The extraordinary strength of the Vayukumar shook and squeezed the Mahendra hill so much that the pressure brought both cracks and crevices, from which veins of gold, silver, and antimony hues of ores were produced. मुमोच च शीलाः शेलो विशालाः समनः शिलाः मध्यमेनार्चिषा जुष्टा धूमराजिरीवानलः. The spurting out of various minerals and deposits of sulfur from the hill in the form of small rocks and stones that followed the rumblings was like the wisps of smoke which Agni rises amidst the seven flames of fire. गिरिना पीड्यमानेन पीड्यमानानि सर्वतः गुह्याविष्टानि भूतानि विनीत urvikratah sware. Since the hill was forcibly shaken by Hanuman, the animal lions and other creatures living in its caves were badly hurt by the crushing rocky stones, and they clambered out in all four destinations, making frightening and panic-stricken shrieks. स महासत्त्वसन्नादः शैलपीडानिमितजः पृथ्वीं पूरयामास दिशशचोपवनानि च. With a stricken mountain, the bigger animals like the elephants and wild beasts made such big noises which reverberated from all different directions and also spread to recently established parks and gardens meant for recreation and amusement. क्षीरोभिः पृथुभिः सर्पा व्यक्त स्वस्तिक लक्षणेः वमन्तः पावकं घोरं ददं शरदूषणेः शिलाः. Giant hooded serpents that bore the bright print of Vishnu Pada on their hoods spread venom and breathfully bit the stones with their teeth. तास तदा सविशेर्दष्टाः कुपितेस्तर्महाशिला जज्वलुः पावकोद्वदीप्ता विबुधश्च सदा. The big rocks beaten by the angry serpents broke into smithereens, burning with a blaze of fiery venom spewed out by them. यानि चोषधजालानि तस्मिन् जातानि पर्वते विषग्नान्यपि नागनां न शेकुः शमितुं विषम्. Even though the Mahendra hill contained many herbs that could counteract the effects of the venom, they were not found to be capable of combating and extinguishing the poisonous flames produced by the serpent's venom. To be continued in next part.